All right, I love Lucy. No, I really love Lucy. I mean, all the old reruns of I Love Lucy. Lucille Ball is just so incredibly talented. But did you know there's a festival that happens each year to honor her, and it happens to be close enough to us that you can actually drive to it.
It takes about 2 hours to get to Jamestown, New York, and Mikey Hood and videographer Jeff Roop recently took a trip there to see what the National Comedy Center is all about. Take a look.
You're now just about 2 hours from the newest national attraction. Again, something that on a national level has been designated to celebrate the art form of comedy. The first step to anyone's visit at the National Comedy Center is to complete their unique personal sense of humor profile. So we ask you what you find funny. We store that on an RFID chip stored in your wristband. That allows the exhibits throughout your stay to respond to your sense of humor. If you want to tap a couple of shows that you may have found funny.
I Love Lucy.
Perfect.
That's fun. The Fresh Prince.
And of course, has called out that you're here from Pittsburgh.
Mikey from Pittsburgh. All right, I'm ready to go.
It's extraordinarily interactive and it's also personalized.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Welcome. This is the stand-up lounge, and like any good comedian, the exhibit has to read the room.
Speaking of stand-up comedians,
What's that?
is that Jim Crenn?
Hey!
What are you guys doing here?
Welcome.
Wow, hi, Jim.
How are you?
What would Pittsburgh comedian Jim Crenn be doing in the stand-up lounge?
I have an apartment upstairs here at the museum. I love it so much.
How cool.
I decided I'm just gonna live here. You can get immersed here. I could get lost in this place. If you want to relax, leave your troubles at the door and just get a bunch of laughs from every comedian you can imagine. And the cool thing is it's from comedians now that we know, like, you know, Sebastian or Gaffigan and all these great guys, but the cool thing is watching the comedians I grew up with, like George Carlin, and going in depth, and like there's like an entire room, like George Carlin's like doodles and little things. So it goes behind, if you want to go behind the curtains of a comedian, this is where to go.
Most people leave saying, I didn't expect to laugh for hours straight in a museum, and I just did.
The technology that you guys have here is amazing. Look at this.
Thank you. Yeah, this is my favorite exhibit, the hardest one to build. It is the Comedy Continuum, which allows visitors to explore a never-ending web of connections in comedy, whether they be connections of influence or collaboration. So for example, our entry point today was George Carlin, but you can see that he was influenced by Shelley Berman. You can also see that he had an impact on Stephen Colbert, and Stephen Colbert, of course, connects to Steve Carell. In fact, this is an interesting one. We can see a connection between Carlin and Moranis.
Oh, so what happens if you hit Moranis? There we go.
Yes, so this is a little known clip of Rick Moranis actually doing a George Carlin impression.
How do you feel well? I can feel my arm, I can feel my hair. How do you feel well?
Visitors can select between 25 different objects on our prop shelves, set them on the table, and then interact and explore the use of that prop in comedy's history. Our archives team has recently unearthed an original Tonight Show curtain, the iconic curtain from the reign of Johnny Carson's era on The Tonight Show, and it is now on display here at the National Comedy Center.
Jim, there's so much to see here. Journey's been taking us around everywhere.
Oh, it's been great though.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm pooped.
Yeah, me too. That's it.
This room, called Comedy Karaoke, is just like it sounds. So we didn't build a participatory wing where visitors get to try their hand at stand-up because everybody's good at it. Quite the opposite. This teaches visitors just how hard stand-up really is.
You never took me to the zoo. He said, if they want you, they'll come get you. What? Oh, boy, that's the story of my life. No respect, man. I get no respect at all. No respect. Jim, how do you think I did?
Mikey, I gotta tell you, I give you a lot of respect.
Thanks.
Right? You did great. You did fantastic. Rodney would be proud of you up in heaven.
You hear that, guys? I get a lot of respect.
Mikey, this is so much fun. So I've heard that you spend the entire time laughing. From the moment that you walk in, there's a smile on your face. It's interesting but funny the entire time.
Yeah, it's amazing, like how many comedians they have there highlighted that have really influenced the art of comedy. And it's right, like
I walked in the door and you just start cracking up because really there's something there for everyone, I think. Yeah.
The whole wall thing, the continuum. I mean, I could find myself just like hogging the wall, touching it, like just to see this connection. It's very cool.
And everything, to your point, is interactive. You know, it's just it was a lot of fun, and even the fart bench. Yeah.
So that was not a special effect added in later.
No, that's
Or it was.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
right.
at first I was a little embarrassed. I had just met Jim, you know?
Tell us about the big festival that's happening next week, too, because
Yes.
this is the perfect time for people to go if they want to.
Yeah, so the National Comedy Center's big event, the Lucille Ball Festival, that's coming up next week.
Oh, look at this picture.
Yeah, look at me. Yeah, so Lucille Ball played a huge part in bringing this museum to Jamestown, New York. And there's actually another building on the campus dedicated entirely to her and Desi. So you could say I kind of got into character here.
I love it.
Yeah, so be sure to tune in next Tuesday for my walk through the Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz Museum. And trust me, you don't want to miss it.
I don't want to miss it.
I love that picture alone. It's fantastic.
I had a lot of fun.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, I look forward to next Tuesday. And you don't want to miss the Lucille Ball Festival. That happens in Jamestown, New York, August 3rd through the 7th. So mark your calendars if you want to check it out.